Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this and you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. And welcome back to all my old subscribers. So in today's video, I'm going to be shooting a Funding Your Postgraduate series. I'm super excited to finally be shooting this series. I'm going to be shooting it in 3 parts so that it's more digestible, so that it's more palatable, and you don't feel like it's an overload of information in one video. So the first part, which is this video, is just going to be an introduction to the series. So this is how to get paid to further your studies. The second part is going to be actually applying for postgraduate studies. So applying for funding, I'm going to be taking you guys through that step by step. And then the third one is going to be how I've attracted almost 1 million rand in postgraduate studies since the start of my postgraduate career. So I'm super excited to do this, because I feel like it's a major part of your postgraduate studies, and it's a major reason why a lot of people do not continue with postgraduate studies. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So as I mentioned, in today's video, we're doing part 1 of my Funding Your Postgraduate series, which is going to be in 3 different parts. So part 1, which is today, and today's video is going to be all about furthering your studies and getting paid to do so. So I thought it would be good to start with like some statistics. So did you know that almost 80% of future jobs are going to require STEM? So that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In South Africa, the stats for postgraduate studies say that only a mere 13% of South Africans are interested or willing to pursue postgraduate studies, and globally less than 10% of people are interested in STEM fields. So those are some chilling stats, if you ask me. So like I said, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about getting paid to further your studies. So I'm going to start with number 1. Postgraduate studies are actually free in institutions in South Africa. So not your honors though, so we're counting from masters and PhD. The first year of your masters is free. I'm speaking about free from tuition. So you only pay for registration. Your first year of your masters is free, and in your PhD, the first 3 years of your PhD are free. Like, I feel like a lot of people actually may not be aware of that. So your postgraduate studies are actually free, so you don't have to pay for them. And I know that's another reason why people may shy away from doing their postgraduate studies. So how I'm speaking about in this video how you actually get paid to further your studies. So take, for example, since I'm in the science field, you've done your BSc, your Bachelor of Science maybe in biochemistry and microbiology, and you're done now, right? You want to go and work. The work that you're probably going to get is going to be very junior and entry level, naturally. So it's going to be, you're going to be an intern, or maybe you're going to be a lab assistant, or you're going to be really stuck doing something that's pretty much routine, and you're going to be paid peanuts. You're going to be paid very little. I mean, you're a fresh graduate and you don't have much experience. I'm speaking about someone who doesn't even have an honors here, and that's if you're even lucky to find a job. You're going to be paid maybe something like 4,000, 5,000 rand a month. Whereas if you pursue your postgraduate studies, and I'm speaking about from masters onwards now, that you can get paid more than that. So master students, if they're funded by their supervisors, can get paid about 70,000 rand an annum, and then if you have your own funding, you get paid 90,000 rand per annum. So that is you getting paid to further your studies, because you don't have to pay for tuition. The only thing that you'll have to pay is for registration. So that's getting paid to further your studies. And like I said, this series is really important for me to share with everyone, because I feel like in South Africa, a lot of young people may have pressures from home that when you graduate, you know, you need to go and find a job because you need to assist your family and you need to provide, you know, you need to contribute now towards the household. And that's how a lot of people end up looking for a job. You know, that's how we have unemployed graduates sitting at home and things like that. Whereas if you actually further your studies, not only do you get paid to do so because your tuition is free, but you'll get paid more than someone who is just below you and is looking for a job, you know, or has a job at that time. So I really would love to encourage you and to encourage everyone in South Africa, especially young people, to pursue your postgraduate studies. In the long run, it makes sense. You know, it's an investment. You know, it's an investment. You're investing in yourself, because when you are just an undergraduate student and you go into the working world, I mean, they're going to be, obviously, as you gain experience, you will grow and maybe move to higher positions. But if you don't have the qualifications, and when they advertise posts that want master's graduates or honors graduates, I mean, you're not going to be able to get that job because you don't have the qualifications. So in the long run, it is an investment that I see it as. You know, even when you go into the working world, there are going to be better prospects for growth, and it's just going to be better in the long run for you to have furthered your studies versus you have not. So just weighing up the pros and cons of furthering your postgraduate studies. I mean, you may feel like the cons, maybe you don't want to study further, like you're tired, you're done. I mean, you were in school for 12 years and then you did your degree for 3 or 4 years and now you have to study further. Like, why? So that might be a reason if you're feeling like that. But I really want to encourage you that even if you might feel like that, going into research is totally different from doing coursework. So it's totally different being in the field that we're in. You're going to be pursuing your master's in research. So that's when you're actually going to be going into the lab, doing experiments, writing a thesis, writing papers and things like that. It's totally different to studying for coursework and, you know, having a million different courses, having to remember a million different things. I promise you, postgraduate studies are fun. And you know, much more, you can carry the load much more easier. Although it may apply, you know, it may require you to apply yourself and apply your mind in a different way. I really would love to encourage you, if your reason is that you don't want to study further, you feel like you're done with coursework, you're done with studying, you're done with tests, you're done with exams. Oh my gosh, ew. When was the last time I even wrote an exam? Like, it's been years. So that's why I'm saying that postgraduate studies are totally different from that. So that is probably you know, a con that you might think of. Another one might be, you know, that you find a job. I mean, if you're really lucky, you find a job that is well paying and going to pay you more than it would if you were pursuing your postgraduate studies. It might look attractive at the time, but like I said, your prospects for growth are a little smaller than someone who has studied further. I wouldn't even say a little, I'm being modest, are very much smaller than someone who has, you know, furthered their studies and studied further. So the pros of pursuing your postgraduate studies is that you get paid for them. Like I said, they are free, and that you get to grow, and like I said, it's an investment in yourself. You get to grow as a researcher, as a scientist, or in whatever field that you're in. You get to grow, gain skills, you know, acquire knowledge that will make you really more knowledgeable in your field, and thus make your prospects for growth in your field or your career much greater. So I really wanted to encourage you guys to apply for postgraduate studies, pursue postgraduate studies. I promise you, you will not regret it. It's an investment in yourself. It's not all doom and gloom. You know, I really enjoy it, but that's because I enjoy what I do. I really love what I do. You have to have a passion for research though. You have to really love it, because if you don't, then you're gonna end up, you know, being miserable and then resenting me because I told you to pursue your postgraduate studies. But I promise you, it's not all doom and gloom. If you are an undergraduate student and you're thinking about pursuing your honors, definitely that one I would highly recommend is pursuing your honors in the field that we're in, because that's the first kind of step that you get into gaining experience. And that's another thing about people that shy away from pursuing their postgraduate studies, is that they feel like by the time they look for a job or work, they have zero experience. But in the field that we're in, because we do lab work or laboratory work, each year that you do your postgraduate studies counts as laboratory experience. So I've been in the lab for 1 2 3 honors, 1 2 masters, sorry, quick math. And then second year. So I've been in the lab for almost 5 years, so I have almost 5 years experience in the lab, and that's what I write in my CV, that I have 5 years laboratory experience, because that's exactly what I do have. So if you're doing your undergraduate, like I was saying, definitely I'd highly recommend that you pursue your honors. Then you can decide from there if you want to pursue your master's and your PhD from there, or just maybe you just want to stop at your master's. That's also fine. Or you want to stop at your PhD, or you want to go all the way and do postdoc. And another myth that I actually like to debunk in this video is that it's perceived that, you know, if you're on this journey of pursuing your postgraduate degree and you're doing your PhD, you know, you're obviously going to get roped or sucked into academia. And when I say that, that's you know, becoming a lecturer, becoming part of faculty, supervising other students. But that's actually not true. You pursue the path that you want to pursue. So after your PhD or after your master's, you can go into industry. Nobody is forcing you to study further and rope you or trick you into following the path of academia. You can stop at your master's, you can stop at your PhD, you can go into industry. I mean, you can start your own business, you can do whatever you wanted to plan. Your dreams are in your own hands, and it's your path. Everybody's path is different, and it's your path to follow. So yeah, I think that brings me to the end of this video. Like I said, it was just an introduction to the Funding Your Postgraduate series that I'm doing, and this was part 1, and that's getting paid to further your studies. So that's what I've touched a little bit about that, and how postgraduate studies are free, and the pros and cons of pursuing your postgraduate degree. So in part 2, which is the really important one, I'm going to be talking about actually applying. So applying for your postgraduate studies, what does that entail? What do you need to do? And then finally in part 3, I'm going to be talking about how I've attracted almost 1 million rand in funding since the start of my postgraduate career. So you really don't want to miss out on those. I will be uploading them, you know, each week, so stay tuned to catch those videos. They're really important, and I hope that you can have some valuable tips from them, and that you're going to consider pursuing your postgraduate degrees if you're not already doing so. So yeah, that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Also click the notification bell so that you can be notified when I'm going to be uploading the other parts of this really important series. So thank you so much, guys. Bye.